Hi, my name is Shamira Ahmed. I'm the Executive Director of the Data Economy Policy Hub, or the DEP Hub.
Hi, I am Meena Lysko, Director of Move Beyond Consulting. With our Global South perspective, we bring insights today based on our work on Gen AI for sustainable futures, from green digital transitions to global digital justice.
Our discussion today is based on the thematic track 3, the technical is social. Even though we're focusing on sub-theme sustainable futures and environmental impact, we think it's crucial to also have a holistic approach and consider the other sub-themes as part of the track, namely AI as social systems, human agency, and algorithmic coloniality. These are all interconnected with sustainable futures and environmental impact.
Let me also add in with an explanation, Shamira. AI systems as socio-techno systems are deeply tied to social and economic structures. If those structures are unsustainable, AI will not only generate new inventions but also replicate and intensify existing harms. A crucial learning from our projects on big data and adaptive management and on Earth observation in agriculture is that poorly governed data systems can exacerbate exclusion, surveillance, or misallocation, especially when scaled via AI. With heavy dependency on external data sets and minimal local control and weak institutional capacity in data ownership and calibration, AI risks reinforcing dependency rather than building resilience. However, when AI is designed around inclusive and sustainable principles, it can do the opposite, challenging harmful structures rather than reinforcing them. An example is our project on inclusive hiring and digital skills development, which countered systemic unemployment and exclusion by demonstrating how AI can make hiring practices fairer and digital skills more accessible. Another example is the inaugural AI and data science bootcamp, where we built AI literacy amongst underrepresented groups to help redress intersectional gender imbalances and broaden participation in digital economies. So these slides or these examples show that while AI systems can mirror and reinforce inequitable social and economic models, they also hold the potential to challenge them. By embedding fairness, access, and inclusion into design and deployment, AI can shift from reproducing systemic harms to actively redressing them, turning a source of risk into a lever of equity and empowerment. As AI and data driven systems expand, people risk being reduced to mere data points, feeding distant algorithms. The future of human dependency, the future of human agency depends on shifting this dynamic. Communities themselves must shape the questions asked, the data collected, and the decisions made. This means embedding participation, accountability, and local knowledge into AI design so that technology strengthens autonomy rather than eroding it. The United Nations recognized Me Weather Solution is a strong illustration of community driven AI. By crowdsourcing real time weather data, it shifts communities from being passive recipients of forecasts to active contributors. This not only strengthens local resilience, but also enhances early warning and disaster preparedness, showing how AI can embed participation and deliver tangible public good outcomes.
Indeed, Mina. And I'd also like to add that without decolonial approaches, AI risks repeating extractive patterns just under a new shiny label of a green digital transition. Mina, in your participation at the Internet Governance Forum in 2024, as a panelist, you also stressed the need for decolonial AI governance.
Oh, yes, Shamira. I also highlighted the need for stricter regulations and sustainability metrics to mitigate environmental harm, warning that otherwise the so called green digital transition could reproduce the same inequities under a new label.
So essentially, the three examples you've shown highlight that sustainability isn't a standalone feature, it's woven into the other themes. And this reminds me of what I've seen in our other global governance challenges or efforts for plastics. Policy efforts are often focusing only on waste management at the end of the value chain instead of tackling risks, production, and design features at the beginning. So it's essentially focusing on cleaning up harms without addressing how systems are built in the first place. As the environmental co lead of the Policy Network on AI, a bottom up multi stakeholder approach that merges stakeholder interests towards common goals, our 2024 report, which was presented at the 2024 IGF, highlighted four levers for more responsible and just AI governance. One, liability. AI actors must be accountable for environmental and social harms. Sustainability. Developing metrics and indicators to reduce Gen AI's carbon footprint for climate and circular solutions. Three, interoperability, sharing sustainability data globally and more equitably. And four, labor, protecting the workers in digital and environmental value chains. And when we bring the research closer to home, the DepHub's Just Green Digital Transition Project looks at how AI can support Africa's green digital transitions, with environmental justice at the center. We presented some of our work at the 2023 World Resources Forum, where we highlighted that without justice, the green digital transition risks being another form of extraction.
Indeed, Shamira. Let me emphasize this with the illustration here. So, this illustration contrasts two governance failures. On the left, communities in the global south live with the consequences of plastic waste, while children in the wealthier settings learn recycling as a privilege. On the right, mineral extraction for digital technologies brings new harms: polluted rivers, exhausted miners, and the seepage of toxins. And in a vicious circle, these harms don't remain local. The child in the global north drinking contaminated tap water reminds us that global pollution flows back into all our lives. The message is clear. Without systemic governance, we move from one cycle of harm to another. Plastics then, AI now.
Yes, Meena, and your image shows that, like plastics, Gen AI needs systemic integrated governance, designed from the start with considerations of harms to the global south, not fragmented policies that are based on things like digital sovereignty and geopolitics that often let harm slip through the cracks, often for the most vulnerable in society. And just like plastics governance, we need more holistic approaches that span the whole Gen AI value chain and not just firefighting at the end.
Absolutely, Shamira. Um, so, i- if we only address the most visible harms, bias here, misinformation there, without considering the deeper systemic issues of design, incentives, and accountability, we risk reinforcing digital inequities and building unsustainable AI systems. Sustainability is not only about carbon footprints, it also encompasses questions of power and equity. Ensuring a just green digital transition means moving beyond surface level fixes, fragmented approaches, and narrowly defined visions of progress. A multi stakeholder approach is needed where the private sector, public sector, and civil society all work together. So, as we wrap up, we leave these crucial digital justice levers.
One, access to data is power. Sustainability and environmental data must be open to all.
Two, people and planet first. AI should safeguard environments and empower communities.
3. Justice is non negotiable. Green and digital transitions must deliver fairness and not exacerbate inequities.
That's how we build AI for sustainable futures.
This is crucial, especially since technological transitions and industrial revolutions don't happen in a vacuum. May we all keep learning from past global governance successes and failures, including the key takeaways that metrics, indicators, and standards must have leeway to reflect the contextual realities of the global south and also be adaptable to take into consideration our rapidly evolving digital space.
So, whether in plastics, Gen AI, or other emerging digital technologies, we need to design futures that are green, digital, and just for everyone, regardless of the body or place you find yourself in. Thank you.
Thank you. Dan?
That